Hey everybody, Dr. Kramer, Hope Upper Cervical Spine Center. And today I wanted to bring up one of the most common questions that I am asked at the practice. And this question has to be phrased in a very, very specific way. And it goes something along the lines of this. Are there any exercises I can do to help me hold the adjustment? Very, very good question. And in this, what I would like to propose to you is that holding the adjustment is more than an exercise, right? The exercise can be expanded in scope to include things that are going to be, stress management, sleep patterns, movement patterns, nutritional patterns, toxic exposure, consumption habits, right? This is a very, very wide breadth of things that we are going to take into account. But what most people mean is that, are there exercises, meaning are there things that I can do for my neck structure that will be beneficial to me in the long run? And over the course of really the last week, I have spent some time studying something called neck care. And in this, what we are looking at is basic ranges of motion that discuss or that are really reflective of the health of the cervical spine. And these ranges of motion are very, very, very simple for us. And so I'm going to walk through this with you today and give you an idea of what I would expect a patient to do that is new in the office, and also someone that's already established, because these exercises are good. And you may not even be a patient here, and these exercises are still good for you. But the basics of the cervical spine are going to involve the ability to touch your chin down to your chest, the ability to lift your head and look all the way to the ceiling. And you're going to come to the middle. The ability to turn your chin over your shoulders, right? Both ways. And the ability to flex your ear to a shoulder and your ear to a shoulder, right? And what you will often find is that some of those ranges are going to involve coupling, meaning that if I flex my chin down to the end range, I might look down and right if I'm a little tight, right? Or if I am looking back, I might look back and left if I'm a little tight, right? To compensate for the movement. It's not a pure motion for you, right? Some of you, when you have to look to the right, you have to laterally flex your head to look right. Some of you have to tuck your chin down to look to the right. Some of you, to flex your chin, have to rotate your spine to do it. All of these are showing that we have a compromised cervical spine. So what I would like my patients to do, and what I want you to look at in this, is that we are going to retrain our muscle spindles to do the pure range of motion. And how this is going to work is that we are going to do 10 of each exercise to the purest state that we can maintain. Meaning that if you are sitting upright, your feet are flat on the ground, your hands are on your knees, if you turn your head and you notice that at about 45 degrees, you start bending your head, you're going to stop. That's going to be the range that you were going to work on that day. So therefore, you would go 10 times from middle to as far as you can go without causing a coupled motion, right? So we're going to walk through this. So we're going to do 10 times. We're going to flex chin to chest. We're going for 10. Head to ceiling, we're going for 10, right? Over right shoulder, 10. Over left shoulder, 10. Ear, 10. Ear, 10. Once we go through this, what this will do is it will encourage a restoration of the range of motion of the cervical spine. And as you build towards normal, what you will find is that you are now no longer a driving hazard because you can only turn your head this far, but you'll find that you can turn your head completely over your shoulder to check behind you, right? You'll be able to tuck your chin down, you'll be able to look at the ceiling without getting dizzy, without getting lightheaded. Each one of these is a basic for the range of motion of the cervical spine. Now, the more advanced version of this is going to involve you using a mirror, right? So you're going to have a mirror in the bathroom in front of you. You'll probably be standing for this, and what you want to do is at eye level, you're going to draw a crosshair on it, right? So we know exactly where that crosshair is at. And what's going to happen is that you are going to repeat all of these ranges of motion, but you are going to do so with your eyes closed. So what I like to do is I like to close my eyes. I will tuck my chin to my chest. I'll raise my head back to center, or where I think center is. And then I will open my eyes and see if I am dead level with that triangle or with my crosshair, right? Most of the time, if you are somebody that's dealing with vestibular system issues, this is going to be Meniere's, dizziness, ear issues, tinnitus, ringing, all of the sorts, fullness, you will end up turned. You'll have a catty direction that you'll be in. And you'll be wondering, why is my brain doing this? Well, it's a compensatory pattern because your neurobiomechanics are not correct and they need to be retrained. The way we retrain them is by consistently repeating these exercises on a daily basis, right? It should take you no more than probably 5 to 10 minutes. And I like to do them 3 times a day, right? So I like to do them morning, lunch, evening, right? Just make sure that we are working our full ranges of motion that we have available in our cervical spine. We're keeping these active, making sure that we have movement, right? And if you want to find out even more information about your range of motion, we offer a product in our office called Neck Care. And in this, you get real-time data about the ranges of motion that you do have. It also gives you an idea of the vestibular system and how well it is functioning as it relates to your vestibular ocular motor reflexes, right? So how do my eyes tell my neck where my head is at in space? And this test is really helpful because it can show you that, yes, indeed, you do have compromised motion. And this is due to a upper cervical subluxation that needs to be taken care of. So for takeaways today, our ranges of motion are super important for helping us maintain health of our cervical spine. For all of us who live in a flexed environment looking down, we really need to work on a couple of ranges, and a majority of those are going to be extension, and majority of them are also going to be rotation, right? We need to add that lateral flexion in because lateral flexion helps us keep the really facet joints moving in the right direction, helps us maintain a healthy biomechanical spine. And that's really the most important takeaway I have for you today. 10 reps, each direction, each range of motion, 3 times a day. Take care of your cervical spine, do your cervical spine hygiene, and watch your neck restore really a great state of health. Thanks.